Hey, this is Robert at Guzzi Fabrication. Hey, we're restoring a 1968 Dodge Charger, and what you're looking at here are parts that have been disassembled from that car. Now these parts are going to be going out to be media blasted first and then powder coated. And today I'm going to be showing you a tip when powder coating and then a trick for a much nicer finish. Now if we were just to send these parts out and powder coat them without taking this step, well, we'd run into trouble when we start to reassemble this vehicle, and I'm going to be showing you why. Okay, well, we have a really nice finish, nice satin black finish on the parts. Turned out really well. And now for the tip. Okay, this is the lower control arm. You can see we have really nice coverage all over. Everything's protected. But we have masked off this area because this is where the bushing presses in. And then turning the part over, well, this is where the torsion bar will seat. And this is where the ball joint will be installed. Now, you notice all of those parts are steel bare steel, as well as the upper control arm. This is where the bushing is installed. Now this particular vehicle uses threaded in ball joints, and that's going to be really critical. So the tip is we've masked off all of these areas and left them bare steel during the powder coating process. And where we couldn't mask off, well, we installed these little plugs here. And when the powder coating process is finished, well, they just push out. And the threads are left in bare steel and have not been powder coated. Whenever the powder coating process is applied, the powder coat is a really thick material and it will build up. And if these parts were powder coated, well, this wouldn't slide in and out as easily as it does, and it would be a real problem. We'd have to go back and then sand the powder coating off or remove it somehow, and then that's going to leave bare steel. So this is the trick. Since those parts have been masked off carefully and they're still bare steel, we're going to come back with a little bit of epoxy primer. In this case, I've mixed up some DP90, that's a PPG product, and we're just going to manually brush in the epoxy primer. And there's two reasons for this. Well, the epoxy primer is going to be a much thinner material, allowing assembly of the parts to be much easier, and the epoxy is going to protect the steel, so we're not going to have any rusting. And we're just going to take our time, make sure the parts are really nice and coated. Do a really nice thorough job, making sure we cover all of the areas. And there you have it. We'll let this dry. And here's the dried finished result. Fully protected, and the parts are going to assemble much easier. So here we go. Now, if that had been powder coated, that would be a very different story. Hey, thanks for watching.